Okay, we've got 4 floors here on one sheet for this parking garage. And the way that we're going to create different levels for the different devices for the riser is what I had to find out how to do. So I'm going to show you what I did. You go up to select and you want to say every in rectangle. When you go to every in rectangle, it tells you everything that you can kind of filter to select in your rectangle. And I'm going to go to alarm component. So I've only got one here, but I'm going to draw a box over this. Okay, now you right click on any one in that box. So if it's highlighted, right click on it, and then it goes to properties. So they'd all be selected, you go to properties, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like with multiple ones. So I'm going to go over here, just keep thumbing over to get to appliance. And this is your system level ID. This is the floor level in your riser. So notice that it goes to report, riser, and everything else. So I'm going to go up to 3rd floor now, because that was on floor 3. And now I'm going to do the same thing. Select every in rectangle, alarm component, and then I'm going to draw a box around this. Right click on any one of the components that's highlighted. So right click, properties, appliance, and select the 4th level. So this is where we're just telling the riser diagram that it needs to split this into multiple levels, showing the floor lines, dividing them up. Alright, so what it looked like over here when I had multiple ones. So this way I can have multiple floors on one sheet, doesn't matter, and it will show them as different levels. Select every in rectangle, alarm component. Now you see that it has a lot more. So I'm going to right click. Then I right click again, it gets rid of that little selection. Right click, properties, and these should be on level 2. So if we go to appliance, it says level 2. So that's the way that I'm going to set these up, so that now with these all on the same page, I'm going to create a riser diagram that shows all levels, that splits the riser into each level. Now it's not showing these for some reason, and we'll have to figure that out because I don't know why those monitors are not. Maybe they should be on a NAC circuit. I just thought it would all be on the same circuit. Maybe it needs input from something else. So anyway, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to create a riser detail. Now you can do this in reports, riser detail, standard, simple point-to-point, or dynamic. I'm just going to do a standard one. It's the same thing. And I'm going to make device priority. Primary circuits are displayed as a main circuit, secondary as sub-circuits. And then right here is really important, because you don't want one long thing that doesn't wrap around. It just gets too big. So knowing that this is 24 by 36 size document, I'm going to make it 24 inches before it flips around. Now I made the lead separation 1.5 feet, run separation, these are all the separations. Symbol scaling factor, maybe I want that 2, or 1.5. Angled circuit labels. I just had all this put in here, but I do have a document where I saved out some things that were actually requested by someone that was doing work for us. So, and it was kind of these are my preferences, and it looks pretty good when you do this. So I'm going to show you where I put it. And I'm going to show you this here. So anything related to CAD is going to be in here. It's not in a job, but in Fire, in Alarm CAD, we have a library of different symbols and artwork we have all of our templates for our start drawings, and we'll use this 24 by 36. And then we have just settings and configurations. So here's 14.2 wire from Millennium Townhomes. I just kind of saved these snapshots. This is how we change parameters, like a variable that can change, like the sheet number and everything, and we have that show up in the drawing. And then here's riser settings, wrap the scale symbols. And so let's look at this one. So as I bring that open, I took a picture and just put it in a Word document. So notice that it only has these two selected and these last three, and 24 inches here. It says 2 feet here. So I'm just going to kind of try and follow this, and let's see what it looks like. You can make one and then make another and see what the differences are. But if I change this, I've used this before in a riser and it looks pretty good. We had 16 feet between, this all defers to feet, 10 feet here, 17 feet here, let's say 1.5, symbol scale factor, 1.5, and then line weight, and these two were selected. Place label above appliance is not selected. You can move your label, in other words, you can move your labels. We don't want revision clouds. Split devices and cables, we don't want to do that. And so then we want these last three. This is 24 inches. Now to get the levels, we're going to put them in here. So I'm going to say get levels. I want level 1. I want to move it up. Or maybe I want it at the bottom going up. I don't know. I can move 2 up. I can move 3 up. And I could, I don't know why we have level 0. Show level sight lines. That's what we want. We want lines to go between the different levels. I don't really need level 0, but I'm going to name these as floors or levels. Let's say floors, maybe. And I'm going to say OK. Now it's something that I should set up probably in the template, but you may not like yours that way. It always creates a new file. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of that. Now this is going to show our errors, and he says always take a picture of that. So these are the 3 modules that are not included in the riser, and these are the IDs. So what Dennis was doing is take a snapshot of this. So I use my little handy dandy snipping tool, and you can just type SNIP and pin it to your taskbar. This is a really sweet thing that you can take that, and I'm just going to say OK. So notice that this does not have, it's not showing me the connections from the other floors. So I don't understand what's going on with that. Here's floor 2. We don't have floor 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. So something's going on with the way that I did this. So I'm just going to get out of it. I don't want to save it. Now do you see that this is not included in the riser? Why is that? I turned off the floor-to-floor connection layer, and I don't know if that made it not connect it. I'm going to drag this over here. I'm troubleshooting a little bit, so I'm going to have to turn on visibility of this. I don't know why it's not turning on the visibility of where my circuits that go from floor to floor. It's missing right here, and maybe it's because it went white, and I don't want that. Okay, there are my floor-to-floor circuits. You see this? And this says this is not included in the riser, and I don't understand why. So it's going to this one, just going to this one. Now right here, this does not, okay, it looks like it does. It has This one has a name, so it's on the SLC1 circuit. And now I'm going to zoom in so that I can get this. See if I can grab that circuit. That's on that circuit. This is on that circuit. So maybe it's because the layer was turned off. So let me go, right over here are the alerts. And this is, it says that these are open.